What has God shown you this week?
That He wants to write my life story, and I need to stop writing it and give the pen to Him.
This week in a skit we learned it was Deuteronomy 21:13. It was talking about poop. It was kind of funny, but it's not really funny about it. You have to take it out of the camp and poop. You got to dig a hole, put it in there, and if you don't, people are going to step in it. It's like stepping in your own sin. They're going to track it through the camp, and it's going to be stink. It's going to bother everybody, but that one sin.
Jesus showed me that choices I was making this week were completely wrong, and I decided to stop doing them. And He showed me that He wants me to go into ministry whenever I graduate high school.
God showed me this week that I need to stop writing my own life and give Him the pen and let Him write it.
God has shown me the light, and He is, well, let's just face the facts. God had told me to give up the pen because it's easier for Him to write it than me, because my wording is too small, and whatever He says goes, and it'd be right on for me, and that's just pretty much my life.
Jesus showed me this week that it's okay to break down and you can always have somebody you can rely on.
I just learned, like, God really spoke to me and told me that I needed to give Him the pen and write my life, and He just brought us all together.
I learned this week that God is the one that's supposed to be writing your life story and not me.
Well, what God showed me this week was that I needed to be on His team and get off the bench and show Him off. And that's what I'm going to do at my school, and He put me there for a reason. And He showed me that, and He broke me down for it. And I kept asking Him, like, what's the answer, A or B? And, like, those are the only two questions, and He told me C. So He's going to give me what I need, not what I want.
God showed me this week that I need to talk to people more about God. Like, I'm too timid about talking about Him because I think I'm going to be wrong. So I'm thinking now I need to start reading more and study more, and then I can have the right answers and talk and show people God.
God has shown me that, for one, I have a great family. I have great parents, great brother and sister. And also He showed me that He has an A+ in English and writing. And if I were to take that class, I would get an F. Because I can't write my life story the way I want to. It would give me bad grade, and I would just stink at it a whole bunch. But he would do an amazing thing with my life. So, yeah, I need to hand over the pen.
God's shown me that with everything that He's called me for in my life and to do for this world, that I need to make some radical changes before I leave, whether that be in the youth group or in my home life or in every aspect of it. There are changes that I have to make before I leave, and these changes may anger people, but God writes my story, and therefore it's only Him who gets to make the decisions of my life.
God really showed me that the youth group can really, like, bond together, and it can make something magical happen, and we can, like, work together as a family.
Thank you for the youth group, because they've helped me with a lot, and I've been through a lot. Helped me with everything. What God showed me this week was to be caring to others and not be afraid to spread your feelings with others, because sharing things really help a lot. Okay, so some of you know that last year I made a decision to go through with ministry. I didn't really know what I was going to do, but this year I decided finally I'm going to be a pastor, and I'm not going to give up this time. He preached a lot about dropping the pen and letting God write your whole life story, and I just decided to let Him do that instead of writing my own, because God's is so much better, and I've noticed that this week.
Okay. I just feel like this week God's talked to me and told me that, like, I just need to be more open with people and get more help with people, and to just talk stuff out with them and not bottle it up.
Okay, I said that Jesus and God is always there, even though you don't feel like He is. He's right there next to you?
Well, this week I learned that I need to just let God write my story, and that the way I'm writing my own story is just tearing me apart, and I just need to be in His arms and put my faith into Him and no other person.
Well, Jesus showed me, like, when during service He said that you can give up your pen and He'll write the story for you instead of you writing it until you can finish it good.
Okay, I didn't really believe it. I believed in God, but I wasn't really that close to Him until about 6 months ago. And ever since then, I've been getting closer to Him. And now, from this week, I think that it's really opened my eyes, and now I'm really close. And my relationship with God is way closer than what it ever has been before.
Thank you. Thank you guys for giving us the money to go to camp.
What God showed me this week is I can try to carry on my papa's legacy by my music, because God really gave me that talent last year around this time, and I can just use my music to amplify God more.
I'm just glad that I was able to go and have fun.
I just want to say thank you for help with finances and stuff to help us all get to go to camp. Because I got to go to camp, I ended up rededicating my life to Christ.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for Michelle and Robert for being my prep partner and their awesome goodie bag. Then I'd like to thank my parents because they are wonderful people and they did a lot. And then I want to thank all the leaders because they were really close and I feel like I can trust them and go to them whenever I need them. And then when I got at camp this week, I came down thinking, I brought 2 friends thinking I was going to help them out, and I realized about Wednesday that they were sent to camp to help me out, and it really hit me hard Wednesday to know that we can go into our school together and minister to our school, the 3 of us. And so that's what I got from camp.
Okay, God broke my heart this week, and He showed me just how much I really do care about these kids, and how much I need to do more and stuff, and that's just what He showed me this week.
What God showed me this week was caring and opening up and not being afraid to share your feelings.
What God showed me this week is that I've been extremely lazy and selfish with my time, and there was this skit that showed people traveling miles and sitting in an abandoned barn just to read God's Word, and I've done nothing, and I really want to change that. And don't forget P-Todd and Sean and Kevin, you all have to help me and just do things for Christ and let Him start writing my story.
This week I learned that it's okay to be broken no matter how old you are, and that everybody has a story for a reason.
I have learned this week that it's all right to be broken and to cry in front of other people, and that they are not going to judge you for who you are. I would also like to thank Aline and Shorty for the gift bag of all the snack stuff, and I'd also like to thank Joanne and Heidi for all the encouragement that they gave me all week. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tabitha, and I just have to say that this week has definitely impacted my life tremendously. To have all these kids pour out their lives to me has showed me that I need to open my eyes just to help them and to improve myself. Thank you.
This week at camp, I learned that through broken hearts, healing can happen.
All I can say about this week was, wow, I'm physically and mentally exhausted, but I'm physically and mentally blessed. We have to thank the whole church family for just supporting and loving us, and these kids are going to need lots of support and love this week.
What I learned this week was God moved in just mysterious ways. I knew a lot of kids were struggling with different things, and one of the things that I've been kind of built up and kind of held back was, some of my relationship with my father. And I was able to use that this week to talk to some of the kids and help them through, different situations that, they might be facing with their parents. And we are all broken, and some of us were struggling with holding our own pen, and that goes even for, me as well. I wasn't 100% having God hold the pen. And so that's what I learned, was just give 100% for Him. Let Him write my story.